Hello and welcome to Watch Our Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. This is part 2 of the recap. If you missed part 1, go check out your podcast feed. It's right there. And without further ado, let's get right back into the recap.
So now they sit on these couches and have some cocktails, and they're talking about their sweet. Sorry, I just like swigged a cherry 7-Up or a cherry Dr. Pepper, strawberries and cream, zero sugar Dr. Pepper. It was an adventure.
vile.
I just had an adventure over here. So anyway, they're talking about their rooms, and Angie loves it. Whitney's like, yeah, it is great. And Brahma goes, I'll be the contrarian then. So, and Brittany goes, oh, contrarian? That's the word of the day.
It's not that crazy of a word, but that's okay.
I can see why she's friends with Heather. What was the word that Heather was like, oh my God. Okay,
Yes.
Shakespeare.
Yes, I forget what it was. I mean, listen, it's no adjudicate. So,
Still speaking.
still me.
Still me.
My turn. My turn.
Heather Dubrow.
Heather Dubrow and Bronwyn together. Now that would be a trip.
Oh my God. Yeah, Heather would have her killed. So Brittany's like, oh my God, big words, right, guys? God. My children would probably ignore her in 2 seconds. So Bronwyn's like, so I was just surprised at like how the room assignments landed. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest about that, Lisa. Lisa, I'm gonna be honest about that with you. I'm gonna be really, really honest about that right now, Lisa.
But what about them? What about them? What about the rooms? Because they're beautiful.
Well, I mean, you and I are the longest friends here, and then you put me in the villa with 2 people who aren't speaking to me at the moment. Well,
Are you guys
run
not
back
speaking
to
to
why
Bronwyn?
they're not speaking to you? Because you literally treated them like shit and mean girled them when you had nobody else on your side last week because you had already mean girled them all. Like, you need to not mean girl the whole cast at once, girl. Like,
Yeah, they were on your side until you snapped at them at camp day. So then Bronwyn is like, she's like, I mean, we talked today because we're all in there together, so we got to figure it out, right? I mean, and Lisa's like, yeah, but you guys are just like next door, so I didn't think it was a problem. She's like, yeah, but it's a little weird. It's a little weird that you didn't care at all, especially where I am physically right now, as a woman who is currently foaming at the mouth and seeing triple because I got bitten by a rabid dog, and you don't even care about that.
to make it feel like you guys are in a green Pinto and I'm locked outside of it, just crashing my body up against yours, trying to murder you all. Wait a minute, is that Cujo?
You know what? The room is totally beautiful. I just was surprised. She goes, well, I'm just always going to be honest with you. And Bronwyn's like, you know what? And you and Brittany are like new friends, and I have been, you and I have been friends a long time, Lisa. So I'm just a little surprised. That's all. I'm always gonna be honest with you. I'm a little surprised.
Well, maybe she likes me better now. Stupid Brittany.
Hey, no.
Brittany's such a
High body
dumbass.
count here.
And Lisa goes, no, I love all my friends. And Brahma goes, well, maybe she does. Well, fuck it. Mazel to you then. But wait, that was not an insult. Oh, you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm with you guys. No offense. No offense. No offense, guys. And Whitney's like, that is offensive.
Brittany doesn't
Oh, really?
even
Huge word, Whitney. Huge word. Am I right? What is everybody talking today? Do I get a Duolingo to sit at this dinner?
And Brittany is so proud. She's sitting there almost like practically with like crossed arms, just smirking, like I'm in the varsity room. And Whitney's like, Brittany doesn't even realize that she's a pawn. She's just the message that Lisa's trying to send to Bronwyn. Like, I'd rather have Brittany than you. And that is the ultimate diss to Bronwyn. And Brittany doesn't even fucking get it.
And Whitney's like, well, I think we usually pick our own room. We're not a SIGD. And Bronwyn's like, well, here's the thing, Lisa. Here's the thing. When I felt a certain kind of a way, when I did that.
Well, I'm hosting the trip differently. I'm hosting it differently than you.
Oh, she's not even going to listen to me now. She's not even going to listen to me, guys.
I'm listening.
She's not even going to listen. Lisa.
I'm listening. Speak.
Well, you're
I'm
getting
listening.
a little bit of bass in your voice, Lisa, when you're speaking to me. And
No,
you're
I'm
telling
not.
me what rooms to be
No, I'm
in. And
not.
I shouldn't be uncomfortable. And poor Brittany was so uncomfortable. And,
And Brittany's like, a bass in your voice. As a
I don't
singer,
need help from you,
I
Brittany.
can tell you
I
what
don't
that
need help
means.
from you.
She goes, well, you're attacking me because you mentioned bass, which is a singing thing, and I sing in Tokyo.
I'm not. I'm speaking to Lisa. I'm not even looking at you, Brittany. Okay.
I totally heard everything you said, and in my mind, they're all beautiful rooms. And like, as far as I'm concerned, they might as well be connected, and they're like right next door to each other.
Oh. So it's such a small deal and I'm misunderstanding. Then why don't you just say, Bronwyn, it's a small deal, you're misunderstanding, instead of being like, well, actually, I gave you a beautiful room. Actually.
Because that's how I feel. Because that's how I feel. That's how I feel, okay?
But you're not understanding how I'm feeling, Lisa. You're not understanding. Okay, I have to stop this because this is so ridiculous. She did just say what you're saying. She is saying it's a misunderstanding. It's a small deal and that she didn't mean it. And Bronwyn is still trying to spin every single thing and make it like some huge affront. So ridiculous. Okay, continue, Ben. Continue.
So Lisa's like, Bronwyn, I am your friend, and I showed you that I am your friend, and it's weird that anyone has any problem with any of the rooms, okay? Especially since you brought blinged out passport holders on my group trip.
Oh, I don't have a problem with the room. Okay? I have a problem with what's happening between you and I, and I'd rather that as friends that you could hear out what I'm saying and say, damn, I'm so sorry you felt that way. Let's fix it. Versus telling me to be fucking grateful that Lisa Barlow took you on a trip. Wow. She didn't do that. She didn't say be grateful to have you on it. What the fuck are you talking about? She never said that. Oh my God. And this is crazy that someone can get me to stand up for Lisa Barlow this much, because I have to say, Lisa Barlow is 80% wrong all the time, at least. I don't understand how I'm this much on her side, but you're lying, ma'am. You are lying. You're flat out lying.
Well, I don't think I could make you feel grateful compared to the other trips you go on. And I go on luxury trips too. And she's, oh, so now I'm snobby.
No one said that either. But when I do a trap, but then Lisa falls for it and she's like, oh, really? You're going to call me snobby? So now I'll be snobby. Which, why are you doing that? You know, like this is where Lisa is standing on the high ground. And then she's just like, you know what? I don't like being on high ground because I don't look good from the angle where someone's like standing below me. So I don't want people to stare at my waddle. So I'm going to come down to the ground where they're standing. So she comes down off the high ground and she's like, but guess what? You know what? I also do luxury trips too. And, you know, when I do a trip, I like to make sure that every single detail is to perfection.
Let's be real clear about who's ungrateful about whose trip first, Lisa, because it was you who bitched and moaned about the trip that I took you on.
Oh, because I don't want to fly coach. I don't fly coach. I would never fly commercial.
Okay, well, I flew commercial, did I not? I flew commercial here. Did you spring for a plane for all of us?
You first class. You flew first class. You were first class. And no, I did not spring up a plane for you guys, okay? Because instead I put the money towards a plane for me and my husband to go to London this summer. So there you go.
The lack of gratitude. Oh my gosh, I put so much time into this.
And I have to say that she is saying these things, the lack of gratitude, but that's not until after Bronwyn is accusing her of saying this stuff, which she never said in the first place. Yeah. That's what's so crazy about Lisa. It's like Bronwyn's lying about her, but then Lisa turns around and makes all of this stuff true.
So Bronwyn's like, you're missing the point. I'm not saying to you that I wanted a different room. She's like, I'm saying I wanted you. I wanted to be with you. You know how annoying it is to complain about you from a different villa? I want to complain to your face like I'm doing right now. Imagine this experience right now. We could be having it all night long in our bedrooms.
You know what? You're next door to me. You're next door to me. You're next door to me. That's how I greet my new neighbors on the streets I live. You're next door to me. You're next door to me.
Heather's like, she's in an impossible situation. She goes, yeah, you're next door, okay? Other than sleeping and taking a shit, you're with me. And Heather's like, and it's not like we're together. We're all in separate rooms, you know.
Oh, yeah? Well, I don't care about a room. I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to be comfortable with the only person here who I think really knows me and has my back and has been my friend for a long time. Then you shouldn't have been on her ass all season long because you've been a shitty friend all season, I think. Also, where I'm sitting, and now you're acting like, oh my God, we were best friends, and now you're putting me in a different villa.
Yeah, this is wild. So Lisa's like, I do have your back, but like the thing is, in between me and your back, there's like a wall and a walkway and another wall, and then you. So it's fine, but I still have your back.
I have your back because literally I'm behind you in a better room. She goes, but instead of hearing me out, you've called me snobby. You've called me ungracious. She never said any of those things.
You're the one who said, oh, so now I'm snobby? She's like, can I have another drink? Person. Oh, so now I'm an alcoholic too?
She called me an alcoholic, everybody. Great.
Okay, you need to calm down. Oh, now I have ADHD? Okay, fine.
So Bronwyn's like, oh, this has been a long time coming. You were just yelling at her 2 weeks ago. What are you acting like this? Like you've been holding it in all this time. She goes, Lisa has some really harsh opinions about me to say we've always been friends and she doesn't know why there's a problem and she defends me and she has my back. Well, no, that has never been the case. And I'm at my breaking point with it. I'm honestly at my breaking point.
Well, what can she do to make it right? Says Heather. I don't know. Like, I know. Like, what can I do better? What can I do better other than serving top tier tequila in this beautiful villa? And
well,
Heather's
I'll tell you what, I'm not trading. Brittany. Don't even look at me. I'm not trading shit.
Whitney's like, how about just say, I'm sorry, I made you feel that way. Well, I don't say things the way someone else wants me to say them. I say things the way I want them to say them and the way I feel. So if I wanted to say that, this is what I would say instead. Ah!
So wait, you're saying that you're never sorry? So Whitney, they're just all gaslighting. So Lisa's like, wait, if listen, don't shake your head. I'm telling you, we can't go back in time. Stop going back in time. Stop going back. Wait,
I can't.
Back in time.
So I'm a time traveler.
Foxy's so cute.
I'm a time traveler now. Is that what you're saying? Oh, so now I look like Christopher Lloyd. You're saying my hair is straggly? Is that what you're saying? Am I like Biff? Okay, real. Thanks so much. Okay.
So then now it's time to go to the table. And I love at this restaurant, they have to keep being interrupted. So someone's like, okay, ladies. Whoa, ladies. Okay. Your table's ready. So let's go. They're, okay. So they get up. And usually this is where they kind of shift. Like they kind of calm down. They walk to their table. They make small talk about how lovely their trip is. A couple of jokes. But nope, Bronwyn will not do it. So they start walking. And Bronwyn's like, I mean, Lisa, I'm trying to tell you how I feel. And you, A, keep talking over me. And B, making out like I'm being ungrateful. And then kicking me in the face by saying I'm snobby. And I'm just not up for it, Lisa. I'm just not really for being kicked in the face. Ow, my face. My face is literally bruised. Like she kicked me in the face. You all saw that, right? They all said that they saw you kick me in the face, Lisa.
So now you're saying I'm a kickball, basically. You're just going to kick me and like hope some child catches me and maybe like throws me at another child and you win a point and it's all like I'm just the sacrificial lamb. I just get tossed around. You don't even care because everyone only cares about people running around bases, but like who cares about the ball? That's basically what you're saying to me, right? Huh? Okay, thanks a lot.
And she's like, you know what? I'm just not up for shit from you, Lisa. And she goes, you know what? Like it's like you're making shit out of nothing. You're making shit out of nothing.
Oh, so now I'm a magician? I just conjure up things. I'm just a magician. You're basically saying I'm a magician. I should be burned to the stake. I'm like a witch. Is that what you're saying? Thanks a lot.
I wish you were. I'd get a white tiger in here immediately. You're making me crazy. And you know my intention was just to come here and have a great time with you.
Oh, so now I'm like a slut. I'm like a hooker. You're just going to pay me money and have a good time. Like have a good time for a night with me. Thanks a lot, Lisa. Thanks a lot.
You know what, Lisa? I'm already bruised in the face from you kicking me in it. And you know what? I can also tell you how I feel, Lisa, you know, and you need to be mature enough to hear it without trying to tell me I'm a slut. I'm a moron. You know, I'm an idiot. I'm a horrible human being. And, you know, then kicking me in my face. That was my face.
And on top of that, I have an impairment I'd like to add. So Lisa's like, she's like, I didn't tell you you're wrong. Not one time did I say you're wrong. I'm just expressing my point of view. She goes, well,
but you did. You implied that I was wrong. And then you said that I have 5 parking tickets on my windshield, which is really crazy. So now I have to pay for parking tickets. And now I'm being ridiculous. And now I'm being snobby. And I'm an asshole. And now I'm a slut. Now I'm a whore. And now I'm a whore, Lisa. I'm a murderer, Lisa. A child murderer, Lisa. Oh, now I'm a child murderer, everybody. Great.
Oh, and by the way, thanks for accusing me of keeping a giant gorilla in my basement. I don't do that, okay? Do I love Tonky B? Yes. But is he in my basement? No. Okay, I think you've really lost the thread here, Bronwyn.
Don't tread on me, is all I'm saying.
So Brittany's like, I just think, you know, it just feels like ungrateful. And Bronwyn's like, I'm sorry, Brittany says, I think she just feels ungrateful. And Bronwyn's like, Brittany, I'm not going to hear that from you. Like, don't butt in. Okay.
Well, you're insinuating that I switch rooms with you, and I don't want to. She never did that to you either. What are you talking about? So then Lisa, now they're all talking over each other. And Lisa's like, you know what? It's ridiculous to hear your friend tell you that she tried to give you the best room and make you most happy and then not appreciate it.
And then basically the rotating Les Mis set of this turns, and this fight swivels out to backstage, and in comes Angie and Meredith, because Angie now sits and sees that there is a tote bag, a Brooks Marks tote bag on her seat that has stuff, and she looks in it, she sees it, and her face, she has this look on her face like, this fucking bitch.
Because at first she's like, oh my God, did you get me a gift? She sees it's a Brooks Marks bag. So she's like, oh my God, Meredith is apologizing to me. This is huge. I'm putting this on my IMDb, you know?
Yeah. So Angie's like, did you get me a gift? And Brahman's it's still petering off. Brahman's like, I never once insinuated that you switched rooms. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You called me out. You did. And Heather's like, guys, there's a new fight starting. Hush. Hey, why does she have a Brooks Marks bag? As if Heather
why
doesn't
do
know.
I have a Brooks Marks bag? And Meredith is like, I love the sound of you shrugging.
Angie goes, oh, I love that. I love that you're making everything a merch moment. Have fun. I'm like, you are literally made your bat mitzvah gift a merch moment.
It's your merch. Like she's literally returning your merch to you in her merch.
You guys should be both part of the Merchant Marines, because this is a lot of merch back and forth.
Angie didn't Angie win the Golden Crappie? Did she win the Golden Crappie last year?
No, I think she was nominated. I think no, best
she and Monica
movie
probably
was
canceled out each other's votes, right? Because there were two from Salt Lake City.
I think Monica may have won best.
No, Monica didn't win. No, somebody else won. I don't remember who won. Anyway, I don't know why it matters.
I'll ask
Crappie's bath bomb for her, but you know what? That's dead. That joke's dead. Okay, so she's like, you think I came to your bat mitzvah with all of this shit for you, and it was passive aggressive? Is that what you are saying? And Mary's like, well, I heard you wanted everything back that you brought me. So this whole episode is people accusing each other of saying things that were never said. It's so fucking funny. It's every single one of them is doing it.
So Meredith's like, well, I heard you wanted everything back. They brought me, so here's everything back. Is that what I said? Is that not what you said? Is that what I said, Meredith? That's what I was told you said. Is that what I said? Is it not what you said? Is it what you said? Is it what I said? What did I say?
And Heather's like, oh my God, I swear I've heard this argument before. And then we see the clip to the Bangs party, the Audrey Hepburn Bangs party. And it was this exact same thing. So Heather's like, at least they're consistent. Sorry, everybody. I just peed on the ground. I just didn't want to sit.
So awkward.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So Angie's like, I was very emotional and very hurt and very heated. And I said, I brought a gift. And Brittany's like, and I would have, and you also said I would have given it back to you. And you want to give it back to you. And she's like, Brittany, stop it. Because Brittany's like, she has a little bit of a cock in her walk now. She's in the cool girl villa. So she's like, I'm going to butt in on every argument now and that's stake my claim.
I guarantee you at the reunion, Brittany's going to do that. Where it's going to be like, well, Meredith, what do you think about your relationship this year with Seth? Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't believe it. That's right, girls. I said it. Right. So they're fighting. So Andrew's like, I was emotional and hurt and heated. I said I brought a gift. And Brittany's like, well, I would have given it back to you. Shut up, Brittany. She's like, well, I was part of this. And she's like, fucking stay out of it. But I'm the reason you got kicked out in the first place, because apparently you have a history of slut shaming. Am I right, girls?
And that is correct. There is a history of slut shaming with her. And Angie's like, why are you stepping into this? I mean, quite literally, Heather's pool of urine there. And Brittany's like, because I would have done the exact same thing. Angie goes, take the shampoo because your hair is fucking fried and it looks like shit. And then she takes this tote that has two big heavy things of shampoo and basically does the half toss across the table, because Angie, she can only hold on to her prop for so long before she has to toss it behind her, above her, or in front of her.
Yeah, she's the carrot top of this. She's like a WWF carrot top. And so she throws it and this drink knocks over and everyone's like, whoa, because it was really heavy. It's like thump, And Meredith goes, wow. I may not have heard that, but I felt the vibrations of it. And Brittany's like, oh, that was a whole new low, Angie. That was so low. It was an accident. I handed you the bag. I did not know the bag was upside down. You drama queen.
No, you threw the bag over the table. Everyone, ting, ting, ting. I have an announcement. I've been assaulted by shampoo with sulfates in it, no less. It's an assault.
Keep your mouth shut. That was just so rude. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. So she's like, but it has to do with me because you slut shamed me. Ow. Ow, it hurt. I got slut shamed.
I got slut shamed by shampoo.
And Braun was like, wait a minute. Not what happened. That's not what happened, guys. That is not what happened.
That is not what happened. Brittany,
I'm either going to pass out or somebody's going to ask me for my
Brittany. Well, first of all, you said I was effing 15 people at the same time. I'm like, you cannot keep adding 5 people to this tally every episode. It's like, is there interest on this?
Even Meredith has to change it. And Meredith is like, no, she said 3, actually. Well, at my Mormon family, though, that Mormon family night at my house, I had flowers on the table from someone I was dating. And she said, oh, yeah, that's from someone else that she's effing. Heather was standing right there. And Heather's like, I do not remember her saying effing.
We see a flashback to Mormon night, and Angie is like, Brittany's like, look at these flowers, guys. And Angie's like, oh, which guy is that from? And Heather's like, it's from guy number 1. Yeah, Aaron. Does your dad know that you're doing 3 guys?
And she's not even offended. She just laughs and goes, yeah, well, he's dating 3 women. It's like the same. I mean, where do you think I get this? So it was all fun back in the, and by the way, she didn't deny that she was doing 3 guys either, which could easily lead somebody to think that she's doing 3 guys. So then we cut back and Angie's like, so you wait until another religious event to say that I was slutty because that is how important religious events are to you. She goes, I did not call you a slut. You called me a slut. You started it. No, you started it. We all heard it at Mary's house. All of us heard it.
By the way, the best newbie at the Crappies last year was Jessel. Jessel was best newbie. Angie lost out to Jessel. Just putting that out there in case anyone's banging their head on the zero. So, so we have a flashback to the Tiffany's party with Brittany complaining about the wine and Angie responding. And this is when Angie says, you're doing 3 guys and you're drunk and you're claiming to be some sort of Mormon. And Angie's like, you went over and you told her that I was slutty. And Lisa's like, but why did she say you were slutty? Stop always sticking up for everyone else, Lisa. Stop doing that, Lisa. And she's like, no, I'm like, it's like a horse voice battle.
Off.
HOARSE. She's like, yeah, no, I'm sticking up for everyone else.
So now Angie's like, you're not sticking up for me now, Lisa. And Lisa's like, no, I'm just trying to speak in facts. And Brittany goes, amen, facts. Brittany, who's sitting over there like compulsively lying for screen time, right? And Bronwyn's like, well, you know what? I've said that you're not sticking up for me right now either, Lisa. So that's what I'm also hearing from Angie. Am I right? And I'm also saying it and I'm also hearing it. So that's multiple people saying and hearing the same thing. My nose is bleeding right now from where I've been kicked. Are we all agreeing? We're all agreeing with that. Okay, great.
Anja, I have had your back more than anybody at this table. And she's like, I know, but right now you're not. And that's fine. That's fine. That's totally not Greek, but it's fine.
Why can't we talk about?
Hi, guys, I have an announcement. I just got a fax machine. Fact, not fax. Oh, sorry.
Oh, so
she's like, why do we have to lie? You said to her it was about a bottle of fucking wine. Who fucking cares about the wine? And then you said you're doing like 3 guys. Are those not the same thing, Angie? It's not. And you know what? If you said that to me,
it's enough. It's enough. It's below the belt and it's over. It is over. Brittany's like, you said slutty tits.
And then Carlos, the waiter, arrived and he's like, sorry, everyone. Can I tell you about the specials?
You said I have slutty hair. You seriously said I have porn star tits.
You started it, and then I got kicked out. Okay, can we order from Carlos and then move on? I'm sorry,
you said
Carlos.
I have slutty tits.
Carlos, she means in America, that means you have a pretty face. That's it. We do not have hate at this table.
Oh my gosh. So Angie's like, Brittany, I would like to get through this conversation with Meredith. So Meredith's like, well, I do want to understand because I understand with everything that went on the past couple of weeks, I was confused why I even wanted to be there. I mean, I'll be honest. And she's like, because I wanted to be. So she's basically like, look, I wanted to be on a path of support. I wanted to continue a positive trajectory, and that was great. And you invited me, and it was my first bat mitzvah. I was just so grateful to be dressed like a mother. And then I was blindsided, and then I had no idea you would kick me out. There were security guards, and when you yelled at me in front of your children, Heather's daughter, your mother, your sister, Heather's oil change person.
I did everything right. I showed up. And Meredith is like, you didn't do everything right because you slut shamed her. Hashtag no hate with an 8 in the middle.
Angie, who was stomping around the party going, classless bitch.
I know. I did everything right.
Having to be held back.
High body count hair. Do you know how many times I just said high body count hair all week long? I'd just be standing there and be like, high body count hair.
I think that is the Bravo fandom has been walking around saying that shit. And also I've been saying, but what about me? Which I do kind of say a lot in my regular life anyway. So no one's really noticed.
So Angie's like, everybody was fighting. Everybody was kung fu fighting.
But let me tell you something. It was fast as lightning. Okay.
And Braun was
Facts.
Braun was like, that's not what happened. That's not what happened, Lisa. No, it's not. No, it's not. Hey, everybody, I'm shaking my head over here. We ready to get some facts dropped?
I have an announcement to make. I did not start it. She's like, she called me a slut before. I didn't say one thing to her. She goes, I did not call you a slut.
I didn't. And Braun was like, well, I'm going to tell you this. Honestly, it was her who started the slutty conversation. Her meaning I mean Brittany. And Brittany goes, wait a minute, did I? She goes, okay, here's the timeline. Brittany called Angie a slut outside to me at the bat mitzvah. Then I tattletaled to Angie that Brittany had said it to me. And then Angie tattletaled to Brittany and said it to her. And then Meredith only heard that very small part of it.
Brahma goes, and I'll just make it simple. Brittany said it first. Brittany said it meanest. And I like Brittany the least. She's the most in trouble.
So she's like, honestly, it went too far. I mean, Angie was wrong to say you look like a porn star, whatever. And Angie goes,
let's not fucking insult porn stars right now. Okay.
So Lisa's like, Ange, you know what? Fix it with her. You don't want to slut shame anyone. Say you're sorry. Heather's like, she wasn't slut shaming her at all. She was calling her a hypocrite because it's hypocritical to, not accept a bottle of wine when you drink wine. It's hypocritical, to pretend your body count is equal to the men you married when you have a boyfriend. It's hypocritical to say you're the cleanest person in the world and then you piss all over an airplane bathroom. Wait, sorry, that was me. Sorry, I take that one back.
And Brittany's like, but look, we're not sleeping together. I mean, my boyfriend and I aren't sleeping together. And even if we were, that's my business. And then she's like,
oh, then so why does he buy you thigh-high lingerie? And you're like, look at this in the bathroom. Jared bought me this. I mean, he just bought you that and you're not having sex. And she's like, well, and Brahma goes, yeah, at the drag show, you were running around the bathroom telling me Jared had picked it out and you didn't even have underwear on when you said that to me. I mean, wow. Wow.
What did he pick it out for? Just tell me how you look in this and text me. And Brittany's like, it was an amazing outfit. It was perfect for Belle. I was doing a revival in Milwaukee.
And then we see a flashback. The camera's behind the door, obviously, or in front of the door. They're behind it. And Brittany's like, hey, look, no one else can appreciate this because they won't show it. But look how freaking sexy this underwear is. And Heather's like, oh, my God, I'm seeing what Jared Osmond is fucking literally into. She's like, he bought this for me. And then we cut back and Bronwyn's like, I'm just telling you that no one's brought me crotchless panties that's not fucked me. Not one. Never.
No one's ever brought me crotchless panties, fucking or otherwise. That's Heather. She's like, Carlos, could you do me a favor? Could you bring me some crotchless panties? You don't even have to fuck me. I just want to know that someone brought them to me once in my life. Thanks so much.
My husband literally brought me panties made out of a wooden bucket from the garden.
I don't like crotchless panties. Here's a barrel. You could put that on instead. Okay, Todd, thanks.
Oh, no, I was being Heather. Heather's husband. It's like he literally bought me curtains that never open.
Is there-
thick velvet curtains.
Is there a crotchless Mormon underwear? Like, you know. So what do they call them? The garments. We can ask Jen Affleck.
The thermals. Yeah, the the special garments. Yeah, what are they called?
I think they're just called the garments, right?
Man. What are they?
Just garments? Aren't they just called garments?
Undergarments.
You know, a girl, I was so proud. I wanted to say something. Okay, I have a question while we pause to look this up. On my flight back to LA
Temple
this week.
Garments.
Yeah, the girl next to me but she was across the aisle, not adjacent to me but she was like, we were both on the aisle. She was on the other side of the aisle, and she was binging Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on her phone. And I wanted to, and she was wearing a hat that said, "Thank God for monster trucks, queers, and like something else." But it was like, it was good. It was funny. It was like a funny hat. It wasn't like a homophobic hat. It was like, she was like, "I'm a lesbian." And so
it's like a homophobic ad.
Yeah, it was kind of like a, hey, I'm a lesbian, and like, thank God for these things that I love. So I wanted to kind of like lean over and be like, you're on a great journey. I hope you enjoy it. I wanted to be like, I've seen this. It's so good. I wanted to like bond, but I felt like that would be intrusive and actually just downright annoying. Did I do the right thing by not saying anything? Or should I have said something?
You should always, if you have an instinct to talk to somebody in a friendly way, you should always do it. That's what I say.
Okay.
But I mean,
next time
with me, that's literally how I am. I'm like, can I hold your baby?
This is like literally, I have said this before. There was a flight where one time I looked up and Ronnie was literally holding someone's baby and like throwing it up in the air, like in the eye. You're like up and down. I was like, Ronnie is full on playing with a stranger's baby in his hands right now.
Yeah, it's always good if you're in life, and you ever feel the urge to speak to somebody, especially if it's something fun, even if they ignore you or treat you like you're an idiot, it's still worth it, you know?
Okay. So watch out, everyone. If you're watching one of our shows near me, I will now say something to you. Because I really wanted to. I wanted to, but then I was afraid I'd be annoying.
Yeah, I've made so many little, quick friends, in life. Like you just meet people and you have like a good friendship for 2 minutes and then it's over forever. You never see them again. I've had so many of those with people just talking about whatever they're watching,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. Now it's a missed opportunity. That's a bummer.
Come on, guys. Let's bring each other together. Let's come together. So then we're still talking about Britney's stupid underwear, and so then Britney's like, "Wait, this is a sex-forward world. Everyone can do whatever they want." And Heather goes, "Sex-forward?" She goes, "Yes."
Bronwyn's like, she meant sex positive. Sex forward world. And Brittany's like, there should be no shame. There should be no shame in abstinence, and there should be no shame in anything you want to do behind closed doors, including fucking an Osmond or not fucking an Osmond, whatever. I mean, I didn't say that. Either way, I can do one guy, I can do 10 guys, but I only did one guy, not 15, not 20 guys like Angie keeps saying.
But literally no one's shaming you. They're saying, how are you acting like you're such a Puritan when you're bragging on television about fucking multiple people? Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, she's like, well, you did it at religious night. Okay. But so you were also joking on the same night with Heather and her about how many guys you were doing. So get out.
Now that it's teetered in total pandemonium and is so ridiculous, Meredith is like, okay, all right, that's enough. Okay, I want to say something to you, Angie. I got very triggered when Brittany came up to me and said that you were slut shaming her. Perhaps I don't have the whole story. Perhaps I do. Perhaps I just have a bath bomb that I'm going to give to each and every one of you, including Rudy, the butler. And I don't know, but I was hoping for a different outcome. I really was, and I'm sorry that it ended the way it did.
I am too. Thank you for saying that. I was devastated. I was hurt. I have always respected you as a mother, which is why I came dressed like a mother. Family is everything to me. And seeing you in that light as a family, I was devastated. The way that it... Please hurry this up. All the pauses are really... My hearing aids are pulsing in my ear. Actually, just hurry up. So
I don't want to,
because I was devastated.
I love Angie. Angie's acceptance of an apology isn't, I'm sorry too that I screamed and made a scene at your thing.
Yes.
And screamed about somebody being a slut and a whore. Instead, she's like, thank you, because you really devastated me. Okay, we can leave now. Oh, bye.
this whole situation with Angie has been very hurtful for me, and I didn't start or spread any of those rumors about Sean's sexuality, but they've chosen not to believe that, so that's what's been festering there. But hopefully now we can move forward.
And Heather's like, I love you both very much, and that was really hard. So I'm glad that you were able to make resolve. And they're all happy. And Angie's like, let's just stay in this moment for a minute. And Braun was like, okay, well, no one mind my bloody face over here. Okay.
Heather's like, this has been 2 really great episodes in a row. So to that end, I just want to say receipts proof timeline. Just wanted to get that in there because I feel like people are forgetting about that a little bit. I feel like I'm getting overshadowed a little bit. Okay.
You know who's really been relegated to the sidelines? Whitney. Oh my gosh. And Whitney is trying, and just nobody's giving it to her anymore. But they bought Whitney times 10 in with Brittany, because Brittany's doing the same thing that Whitney does, which is taking one little thing and twisting it. But Brittany does it like times 100. You know, it's like putting Whitney out of a job.
You know, the thing is that this show is actually on such hyperdrive. There's such big fights happening with everyone. They just can't focus on everything at once. Because earlier in the season, remember, people were like, where's Meredith? Meredith is like barely holding on to that snowflake. She's really been on the sidelines. Because in the beginning of the season, it was all about Lisa and Whitney. And so it's just like people are just having their different moments, but they're all kind of like bringing it. In fact, arguably, really, and like the ones who have been the most consistent, I feel like this season, the ones who've been really front and center have been Bronwyn and Angie, I think. And you could even say maybe even Mary. Mary's not even in these fights, but she's been like a lasting presence. So when the images came out of the cast and Angie was in the center, it was sort of shocking. It's like, Angie? But she kind of has been in the middle. I think she and Bronwyn have been holding down the season, and the vets have been the ones who've been cycling in with their fights. It's sort of surprising.
Yeah. And the ones
also
who are dealing
very
with
important
it the best.
dissertation.
Well, because you really do see the newbies coming in and taking it over, you know, because it's really rare that happens, and they're all kind of teaming up to do it. And Brittany is just like fearless because they're just like, shut up. I mean, everybody, the whole audience is like, shut up. And she is unflagged. That woman does not care. I mean, to see how much confidence she has and like how campy she's just made it all on social media. Like she's just like, I'm a joke. Okay, great. I'll sing Wicked on an escalator and cringe everybody the fuck out. You know,
semi-green makaup on. Yeah.
Or I'll do a skit in front of Yves Saint Laurent about owning the jacket that Angie claimed, or that Bronwyn claimed there were only 3 of. You know, she does not care. And the newbies they're running the asylum at this point. You know, I think
especially
the best
Melee
people keeping up are Lisa and Meredith. Lisa and Meredith are like, I don't give a shit. Heather tried for a second, but then she got scared when she got top dogged by Bronwyn. She like backed down. But Meredith and Lisa are like, oh hell no, we're staying. You're not taking our. We need money to rent our houses, biatch. You're not taking our snowflake.
Now that being said, I hope Bravo really appreciates that they have lightning in a bottle here, and they like don't. To me, I'm saying don't make any changes for next season. I say keep it exactly how it is. This group has great chemistry. This is like on par with classic Roni. And I think that like they got to keep it. Like you'll know when it's like going long in the tooth and you have to make some changes. But I think that right now, just because some people are taking a backseat at different parts of the season, it doesn't mean that we throw them out. So like Whitney has sort of like disappeared a little bit, but like let's not be like, okay, well, she's got to go. Okay. She's in the mix as much as everyone else. And her stuff is impacting things, because if she weren't having a fight with Lisa, it would not have had ramifications with Bronwyn. So the balance is all really working so well. I just can't believe how good this show is week in and week out. It's great.
I agree that they shouldn't get rid of Whitney either. I think they should keep Whitney. Like, I actually like Whitney now that I'm kind of used to just how Whitney is, and you know that she's just going to lie and she's just going to like. I just love it. I love all of them, really. I think I like really all of them.
And they all have like
rare.
And they all have like it's like, you know, the best sitcoms, everyone sort of has a unique personality. Obviously, the Golden Girls, you got like 4 personalities there. You could say it's about Friends, but like here they all do play a certain specific role that like it works, and that's why the show is so good, because they're not all trying to do the same thing. They all kind of have a different vibe. Bronwyn, as this easily offended person who also sasses back really well, is really carved out a great niche for herself. And then you have Meredith, who's like the classy one. It works so well as an ensemble.
It really does. It's really good. I was looking at my phone because I was looking at Bravo ratings on Twitter, or X, who I love. Thank you for your service, ratings, Bravo. You do a great job. But they don't have Salt Lake City up yet. Last week's was at 4.484 million, which is just a tragedy. It's a fucking tragedy. This should be the top rated. I think this should be one of the top rated Housewives shows for sure. And it's just not. And that was a season high in total viewers. So
I just don't understand how Bravo ratings work. I think it's just I don't understand how ratings work.
Ratings.
It's more like I don't understand how it works in 2024 in terms of
well, here's some comparisons.
Eyeballs.
Here's comparisons. Beverly Hills is 0.714 million. So it's what, 80% more? It's almost double. So Beverly Hills usually is around 1 million or more. So everything's falling, I think, because of streaming and everything. So everything's coming down a little bit, but it should still be way higher. I mean,
it should be. But the good news is that all these networks across the board, they're not relying on ratings as much anymore to determine the success of a show. That's what actually Bravo has been saying, but also other networks have been saying it too, that now ratings are not like, it used to be ratings were really the sole thing. And now they're part of the picture, but like chatter online is important. And just other things, and there's also like people watch things at different times. So I think they have a more complicated way or complex way of assessing whether a show is successful, which is a good thing for us because when we look at the numbers on something like Salt Lake City and we're like, oh my God, they should be higher. The good part is that like Bravo is considering other elements, and I think like. It's just hard, when people have so many things to watch, and if certain people have been watching Beverly Hills since the beginning, so they're like, well, I'll stick with it, but they don't want to take on a new Housewives show, and they may hear over and over again that Salt Lake is so good, but I get it. Sometimes the idea, like I hear about all these other circling all the way back to the top of the episode, I hear about all these prestige shows that are so good, and I'm like, I do want to watch it. I theoretically do want to watch it. I know it's supposed to be great, but like. I kind of have my roster set and I kind of just want to live in my roster.
Oh gosh, I have a list that I keep in my notes about shows that people suggest and shows to watch basically. It's probably 70 to 75 titles long, and I'm just like, wow. I go through it whenever I need something else to watch, and I'm just like, but I don't want to. Like everybody's telling you it's so good, but something really has to call to you. And there's just so many options now, and most of them just don't. Now, granted, when I do watch them finally, I'm like, oh my God, that was amazing.
I know.
But, who knows? This show's so good, and it's so rare. And every time I think, oh my God, what's going to happen with Bravo? Because things are going down. We've got New York. They're still sticking behind you. When things like that happen, I'm like, oh God, what if they're just losing it? But they ain't losing it. You just got to keep the faith because they're still pumping out shit like this. Like when they have a season like this on, and we've had a season of good shows, really, if you think about it. We've had a year of good seasons. Then there's nothing really to worry about at this juncture. Always be cautious, but have some faith. Come on, guys.
I mean, isn't this show about that? Yeah. All right. Well,
actually,
that was fun.
Like literally none of them. I think all of them have left their faith. For the most part. I mean,
not me. I'm a Mormon. I'm a Mormon.
There you. All right, everybody. We are going to go over and record our bonus episode, which is sold on SLC. So if you stuck around Bravo to watch that crazy show, you should stick around Crappens to listen to it over on our Patreon. That should be up in the morning. We sure love you guys. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King. It's always automatic with Ashley Auto.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit. Dana C. Dana Do.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. Jamie, she has no last namey. You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Bringing the funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets a name from us, it's Lindsay D.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
We love her on the rocks, it's Melissa Cox. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
Have a heck of a time with Rebecca.
The highest tally, it's Sarah McNally.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh. She's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender.
She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters. She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose.
Give him hell, Miss Noel. Ring that bell for Rachel.
She's the queen bee. It's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Couture. We love you guys.